Your resume probably isn't perfect, but if you learn to avoid some common mistakes job seekers make when creating one, it might come really close. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about 13 resume mistakes that you should avoid at all costs.
Career advice by Novorésumé.
We're all humans and anyone can make mistakes.
I agree.
But when it comes to your resume, mistakes can cost you a job. Starting with mistake number 1, writing in third person. Your resume is created by you and it tells the hiring manager about your career and your experiences. So writing about how John is a great communicator or Jane is an ambitious student doesn't sound great.
I don't know how you could forget. He kept referring to himself in the third person. Jimmy's under the boards. Jimmy's in the open.
And it's artificial, and honestly also it's a little bit pretentious. Like someone else presenting you to the employer instead of you doing it. Mistake number 2, using passive voice. Active voice is your best friend. Even I'm using active voice right now. When writing your resume, you want to present yourself as an active worker. Saying that you sent over 150 cold emails on a daily basis sounds a lot more active than 150 cold emails were sent on a daily basis. The second one sounds like you just happened to be there when it happened. Mistake number 3, ignoring employment gaps. Don't pretend gaps in your resume aren't there. They're like that awkward silence in a conversation. Address them or the hiring manager might think you were on a secret mission as a spy.
Okay? You can't just stare through the peephole for 3 hours.
I knew it. I always knew she liked him.
If your resume says that you worked at company X from September 2016 to March 2020, and then you worked at company Y from June 2021 to present, that's a gap, and the hiring manager will see it. If you don't explain it, they'll only assume the worst, like you getting fired from your previous job. And that can be a major red flag. Just include a small explanation between your work experience entries, like the example shown here, and you're good to go. Mistake number 4, letting bad grammar or typos slip. Nearly 60% of the hiring manager will reject a candidate because of poor grammar or spelling errors, and it's especially ironic if detail-oriented is part of your listed skills. Always run your resume through a spell checker and proofread it several times before sending it. Mistake number 5, sending the wrong format. Unless the job advertisement specifies otherwise, always send your resume as a PDF file. Specifically, you don't want to submit your resume as a JPEG, PNG, or any other format that isn't guaranteed to be compatible with the applicant tracking system. Some jobs might especially ask candidates to send their resume in a doc file because they're using a very old ATS. But overall, PDF is the safest bet. Also because it's guaranteed not to mess up your resume formatting, regardless of the device or operating system that the hiring manager uses. Moving on to mistake number 6, not tailoring your resume to the job ad. This is a big one. Not tailoring your resume is like showing to a costume party dressed as a banana when it's actually a superhero team.
What? I thought he'd love it. His favorite kid's book was The Velveteen Rabbit.
The Velveteen Rabbit was brown and white.
Way too many job seekers just send one resume out there for dozens of applications. And as I already mentioned, most large companies out there use applicant tracking systems. These systems will scan the resumes for job-related keywords, and if they are not there, you get instantly disqualified.
Talk to the hand.
Actively go through the job ad and identify the following: the top skills for the role and the required achievements or responsibilities. Then, make sure that they are listed in your resume. Mistake number 7, adding irrelevant experiences. You might be great at Photoshop, but if you're applying for a position as an accountant, it's just not something that the hiring manager will care about. You should always keep your resume sections relevant to whatever job you're applying for, be it the skills sections, the work experience section, or in your resume summary. If you're aiming for a job as a business analyst, for example, don't waste valuable space describing your experience as a server while you were in college. The hiring manager just won't care. Mistake number 8, making your resume too long. Hiring managers are immediately discouraged by longer resumes, and they might reject a candidate if their resume is too long. Ideally, your resume should be 1 page long. Maybe you can do 2 pages if you're a seasoned professional with a lot of experience. But any more than that, and the hiring manager probably won't even try to read it. Mistake number 9, making your resume too short. Your resume has to be at least a full single page. If it's only half full, the hiring manager might assume that you have zero life experience. Now, if you're a student, your work experience section is basically a giant black hole. So what can you do to fill in the blanks? Worry not, you're not as inexperienced as you might think. Try adding extracurricular activities and personal projects to fill in the empty space, and also include relevant academic achievements like a high GPA or classes that are relevant to the job you're applying for. Mistake number 10. Focus on responsibilities instead of achievements. This is another common mistake. When you're describing your day-to-day tasks, you're probably telling the hiring manager something they already know from the job title. If your work experience describes how you answered calls and wrote emails, you're not going to impress anyone. But if you focus on achievements, like how you improved customer satisfaction or exceeded your sales KPIs, you'll actually stand out from other candidates. Mistake number 11. Not having data to back up your claims. You won't shine through unless your resume provides concrete data to back up your skills and accomplishments. How can a hiring manager really know how you improved something at your previous job? Or that you have leadership skills when you don't explain how you got them? Your resume should have concrete examples. Be super specific. Add numbers, percentages, and the methods you used. Mistake number 12. Not using a resume builder. Most of these mistakes can be avoided if you just use a resume builder. If you're using a text editing software like Word, you're spending hours on what resume builders can do in minutes. Resume builders also have great ATS optimized templates that you can use and even come with great tips on how to fill in the sections. And now it's time for our last resume mistake. Mistake number 13. Lying on your resume. Just don't. Seriously though, even if you get a job, they're going to find out. And then you're going to be in big trouble. You might end up getting fired or even quitting the job yourself because you don't actually have the skills or experience needed for it. Why waste everyone's time and risk your own reputation? Being honest about your shortcomings, it's always better than lying to make up for them. And those are the 13 resume mistakes you should avoid at all costs. Hopefully, now you know exactly what you shouldn't do. Check out our YouTube channel for more career advice and good luck with your next job application. I've been Andre, thanks for watching.
Career advice by Novorésumé.